So you started working out and now you want to kick it up a notch like Emeril Lagasse. Bam, you're exactly where you need to be. I'm Carlo Lalonde and I'll be your guide. And welcome back to your daily dose of sweat, self-love, and positivity. Today we're covering an ever so fun intermediate full body circuit, which again blasts the entire kit and caboodle. So before we get started, I want you to keep one thing in mind, and that's that word of power, right? Keep that in the back of your mind as we're doing the workout. And the word of power today is, my body is a powerhouse of energy and vitality. Again, keep that in the back of your mind while you're cranking it out. First movement we're doing today is we're actually going into our ever so fun alternating lunge. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out taking one step forward. As soon as we take that step forward, we're going to lift up that back foot. So we're loading up all in that front leg. We're going to tap this toe down. We're not loading on this foot though. We're keeping all that weight in the front. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to sit into it just using this front leg, driving up, and then boom. And again, for this circuit, we're doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So then we're going to alternate, boom, and then boom, alternate, boom. Notice that as I'm doing it, I'm still sitting into it every time. I'm really loading very little to none on that back foot. So we want to make sure that all the load's on the front. So that being said, I want to make sure that we're still creating that really good angle, making sure that our torso is in line with our tibia. That way you can really blast the glutes while we're doing this movement. So you're doing awesome. We're almost there. About 5 seconds. And boom. Awesome. So really great job. So again, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So take this time to replenish your energy, have some water, and stay hydrated. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That way you keep up to date with all the new exercises to come. So in about 5 seconds, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into our ever so fun side plank. So how we're going to do that is we're going to make sure that our elbow is stacked over top of our shoulder. From here, our top leg is actually placed in front and our back leg is directly underneath us. From here, we're going to lift up the hips and then we're going to set to the side like this. Again, we're going to be blasting the obliques like no never mind because we're strengthening them through stability. Oh no, it's going to be good and glorious. Things should be feeling pretty darn good already. My goodness, my body is a powerhouse of energy and vitality. Just absolutely dominating. So we got 20 more seconds on here. Holy Toledo, golly gee gumdrops, gee willikers. My goodness, it's feeling pretty darn good and super burny. So you're doing absolutely phenomenal. So we're gonna hold this for another 8 seconds and then you get 20 seconds of rest and relaxation. So we got 3, 2, 1, and then you're good. So take this 20 seconds to kind of rest, relax, replenish your energy. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a spinneroonie. We're gonna hit the other side because we gotta be equal strong sides, right? Not just strong one side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up again. When we're setting up, make sure the elbow is stacked over top of the shoulder. We're lifting up the hip, top leg is in front. You want to make sure everything is nice and level as we're lifting up. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and let's lift up. My goodness, everybody loves side planks. I remember one person told me once they want to do side planks all day and every day. And I said, golly gee gumdrops, that sounds like a great idea. So what we're doing right now is we're just holding up for 40 seconds though. We're not going too gung-ho today because it's only an intermediate circuit. So we're blasting like no never mind. So you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. Keep up the momentum. You guys are doing great. So remember, when muscles burn, muscles 79 to 80% water, boiling water turns to steam, and steam powers locomotives. So choo choo. Next stop is victory and triumph in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're good. Awesome, guys. So you did absolutely phenomenal. Time to go ahead and blast the badonkadonk. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into a single leg glute bridge. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to be on the ground like this. We're going to make sure we're driving with this heel here. We're going to lift this leg up. We should be getting a lot on the glutes. And ready, and go. Awesome. So constantly driving with the heel. Getting that tilt in, jacking up the glutes like no never mind. My goodness, you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. You guys are doing great. Cranking it out. We almost there. We got 20 more seconds. Single leg glute bridge. That badonkadonk should be lighting up like a Christmas tree. My goodness, it's holiday season on the glutes. You guys are doing great. Almost there. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Take this 20 seconds, rest, relax before we go ahead, and we're going to crank out the opposite side. Again, same rules apply. We're making sure that we're driving with the heel on this side, lifting this leg up, getting that tilt in, really go into hip extension to blast that glute. Okay, so we still got 5 seconds of rest and relaxation. So what are your guys' favorite carbohydrate, or what's your favorite snack? Mine is rice, because obviously I'm Asian, and that's a big part of our cuisine. So let's go ahead and let's start on the other side now. So let's go ahead and let's drive with the heel. Boom, awesome. Should be feeling those glutes light up as soon as we start driving with the heel. Jacking up those glutes like no, never mind. You guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. Almost there. My goodness, golly gee gumdrops. We got 20 seconds of fun glute action coming up here. We got 15 seconds. Holy Toledo. After this, we got our ever so fun archer push-ups. So spoiler alert, you guys are doing great. 3, 2, 1, and boom. So really great job, guys. So what we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into our archer push-ups next. So for our archer push-ups, we're actually gonna set up with one arm extended out, and then our other arm is set up just like we're in that push archetype, elbow 45 degrees. So we're gonna be laying on the ground first, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna press up. Once we've pressed up, we're gonna shift to one side and boom, and then shift to the other side and boom. Holy Toledo. If this is pretty intense, you can always stick with just regular push-ups. But this is a precursor to being able to do a single arm push-up, because my goodness, wouldn't that be neat? Holy Toledo. You guys are doing great. Blasting the chest and the triceps like no, never mind. Loading up each arm. My goodness. Holy Toledo. Golly gee gumdrops. Things are heating up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. So you guys did absolutely phenomenal on this first round of the circuit. Great news is we get to do it one more time at least, okay? So all in all, it's gonna be good and glorious. So take this time, rest, relax, replenish your energy. Still got about 5 seconds to just rest, relax, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start cranking out those lunges again. So again, make sure we're loading up that front leg. I'm gonna stand forward so you can kind of see as I'm doing my lunges. We wanna make sure that this knee is not caving in. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sit into it. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure that knee is not caving in. Boom. Step in, make sure that knee is not caving in. We don't want this coming in like that, right? So boom, I'll step to the side now, and boom. Boom. Holy Toledo, you should be feeling these glutes like no, never mind, especially after the single leg glute bridge and making sure that that torso is in line with our tibia. That way we really blast the glutes like no, never mind. Notice that as I'm doing this movement as well, my foot is grounded. I'm not lifting up that big toe. I want to make sure that's nice and grounded. So we got 2 and 1. Gangbuster. You guys are doing great. So we got 20 more seconds. Rest and relaxation before we start cranking it out. So again, you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. And if you guys are finding this a little bit challenging, there are other videos on the channel as well that you can take a peek at and then give those a whirl too, okay? But all in all, we're gonna go into our side plank and now. And boom, again, hip up, shoulders stacked over top of the elbow, everything nice and aligned. We're just holding this like no, never mind. The reason why we have this stagger stance is so that we can actually do a spin-a-rooney back and forth. But I like to spin around, that way you're not looking at my backside the whole time. So you guys are doing great, okay? So we got about 20 seconds of ever so fun side planks. My goodness, should be heating up a whole heck of a lot, which is great. And remember, this is the ever so fun fiery crucible in which your true future perfect self is formed, okay? You guys are doing great. And boom, awesome. So let's go ahead and take that 20-second rest. I'm gonna do a spin-a-rooney. That way you're not looking at my backside. And then from here, we're gonna be cranking it out in about 10 seconds. So again, really, really, really great job, guys. And I thank you for joining me for this ever so fun circuit. We almost there. So from there, let's go ahead and let's lift up. And remember, make sure you're thanking yourself too for taking the time to absolutely dominate, okay? You're doing phenomenal, okay? So we're almost there. We got 30 seconds to go on this 40-second side plank, strengthening the obliques through ever so fun stability. And again, stability is super important because our body needs those things to make sure we're feeling A-okay. We need to be able to have that strength and that capacity to produce force. We need to be able to be stable, the capacity to resist force, and we need to be mobile, the capacity to move to ranges of motion and create shapes. So all in all, you're doing phenomenal, and boom, really great job with that, guys. Okay, so you got 20 seconds to rest and relax. Time to blast a badonkadonk like no, never mind. We're gonna be licking on our back here. And again, making sure we're driving with the heels. Okay, you guys are doing great. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let's drive at the heel. Boom, jacking up those glutes like no, never mind. My goodness, once we're driving with the heel, lifting the hips up, we're working on hip extension, which should be blasting the biggest and meatiest part of your glute, which would be the glute max, because hip extension is actually its main function. My goodness, holy Toledo, it's like learning a whole bunch of anatomy while I'm cranking it out. My goodness, you got about 12 seconds of holy heck before we crank it out. You're doing awesome, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really great job, guys. Now we're gonna load up on the other side, but you still got 20 seconds of rest and relaxation, okay? So all in all, you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. So again, what are you guys' favorite exercises when it comes down to a full body routine? You kind of string things together, or do you like doing anything in particular? I'm looking forward to hearing from you, so please write down in the comments. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna blast the other leg now. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lift up, boom, boom. Should be feeling those glutes light up, especially because we're driving with the heel. Again, lifting the hip up, going into hip extension. My goodness, golly gee gumdrops, gee willikers, the glutes are lighting up. Okay, you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. Okay, we almost there. We almost to the best part of the whole thing, the ever so fun archer push-ups and regular push-ups. They are a bit of a doozy, but you know you've already done your set of push-ups already, so you know which way you're walking when you walk into that storm, right? So you're doing absolutely phenomenal. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Awesome, guys. So take this time, rest, relax, replenish your energy. We almost there, okay? We got another round of archer push-ups coming up, and that is so fun. I'd say on a scale from 1 to 10, it's gonna be mighty fun. So we got 5 seconds before we start cranking it out. Remember, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up. We're gonna start shifting from side to side. So I'll do it this way first so you guys can kind of see. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom, awesome. So we're doing great with that. And then now we're gonna shift over to the other side, shift over to the other side, shift over to the other side. Elbows still 45 degrees, making sure that we're blasting our chest, hands in the midline of our chest as we're doing this movement, bracing the core, squeezing the glutes so that everything comes up as one and we're not sinking. Okay, you guys are doing absolutely phenomenal. We're almost there. Really, really, really great job, guys. We got about 12 seconds. You guys are doing great, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. You guys did absolutely phenomenal. So all in all, you did great. Really great job taking the time for yourself to crank out this couple rounds of the circuit. Absolutely dominated. It was a doozy, but all in all, you guys did great. So again, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button, and then make sure that you're committed to yourself and continuing your fitness journey. And until next time, I'm Carlo Lande.